Hello, ladies, gents, and artistic flower children. I bring you another chronicle of my struggles. I've been neglecting this channel something fierce since I've been focusing so much on Spelunky 2 with all the release and all that stuff. But now that interest in Spelunky 2 is, going down, simmering down to a stable, normal, I feel like I can start to branch out once again and start concentrating on more things other than just playing Spelunky 2. I'm posting it on the internet. Here is me doing a Spelunky 2 thumbnail. It's all about Spelunky 2. My entire life has been, since the release, my life on the video gaming capacity anyway, has been all about that Spelunky 2 nonsense. Just struggling with the post, trying to figure out like what is proportional to the door and making it look like what I had in mind. The struggle with this one was bringing out what I actually managed, which is the struggle with every single damn painting, how incredibly insightful that is. But what I was trying with this one was try to do the chiaroscuro kind of thing, where the shadows are extreme contrast, and it took a long time for it to look like anything that I was happy with. It was a constant battle in my head against trying to make it look halfway decent, and then after some weird threshold, everything kind of came together and it looked like an actual human being in a location as opposed to just blobs on the screen. So that's what you will be watching after I finally figure how the hell this pose is supposed to work. At last that I write or something that I could start putting colors down in and be satisfied with it. I am just horrendously exhausted with just real life. It's just been constant busy work in the day job aspect. So all I've been able to do is just push out that Spelunky gameplay, and I've been relegating all the tons of different ideas that I still have for videos. I have even a bunch of recorded stuff that I have yet to make into a video because I've just been completely unable to keep up with all of my aspirations on the internet. So, I've been prioritizing on just putting out that awesome Spelunky content. It's awesome in my opinion. You may agree or disagree with that. Your statement will be noted and thoroughly tossed into the garbage. Here is getting Saul's facial features as always. One of the bigger pains in the ass, but trying to keep that contrast up. As I was doing it, I was like, you would not be able to see all these features. You gotta darken the crap out of this, and that's something that fights a lot against your tendencies and what you think should be happening on the canvas. It's like you never want to darken it as much as it should. You put a little bit of shadow, and it's like, is that too much shadow? And then if you just keep going and putting more shadows, that's where you're going to arrive at what looks, the way that it should look, as opposed to the flat, muddy tendency that at least my brain wants to constantly go for, like, very light contrast and light shadows. Like, let's go full dark and see what happens. And now the face looks like what I actually wanted it to look like. It is your opinion whether it looks better or worse, but I wanted it to be these very, very high contrast shadows on this particular thumbnail. She's arriving in this, battered state at the very end of the game, getting to that final fight after she's been through so much nonsense. She can't deal with your bullshit anymore, so she's going to be extremely pissed, and I wanted the lighting to reflect that. And there was a lot of tiny detail work at the end. I think right about now it's when it started looking from blobs on the screen to something that I was like, yeah, this is a cool figure that I am happy that I put in the work for. Let me see, how long is this video? It's 6 minutes 39, and it is right now at 40 times speed. I wish I could tell you it's a speed paint, but no, if it's 40 times speed and it's 6 minutes, that is, 4 hours. That is a lot of time that it was spent on it. But as I always tell you, it's because I get a lot into it. It's not like, oh man, I'm spending all this work on it, I hope I get appreciated. No, I'm like, I get to a point where it's like, this might be good enough, but I am so into making this, this painting, that I'm going to keep going, see if I can make it a little bit better. Not to say that I spent all the time that I could have spent to make it look as good as I'm capable of doing it, but it's just about as good as you can reasonably expect without spending even more hours. Then you bring everything together with the lighting and going even more contrast and getting all the lights on the outside of the doors in the back. There you go, the bricks, and that really meshes the figure with the background. Of course, in my layman's understanding, it seemed pretty damn important to make sure that it looks like she is standing on the doorway. Really loving the contrast curves that you can use with digital painting. It feels like cheating. Digital painting is by far so much easier than doing everything by hand, which I also enjoy, but colors have always been absolute trash on the paper. I very much enjoy applying colors on the digital scale, on the digital world, as opposed to doing it on a paper. And then you use the color balances, and it's so easy to make that final touch of all the colors coming in together to form the final product that you can see right here. There's another beautiful speed paint. I really enjoy doing these, but I just forget to record them, so I have not captured any of my other thumbnails. Also because I do them here and there piecemeal, and I am just trying to bang them out and get them done, so I don't dedicate the time to actually record the thing. It's, I don't know, it's more of a relieving mental stress while I'm drawing. Anyway, just that's another one for you. See you in the next one. Until then, continue struggling until you improve.